Hey everybody, welcome to Vegans Talking Shit. I'm Joey.
I'm Jon.
I'm Vanessa.
And this is part 2 of Vegan Jokes. Why is it a two-parter? Because we spend so much time bullshitting. So let's go back to where we were.
Okay.
Here are more anti-vegan jokes. Why did the vegan cross the road?
To rescue an animal?
Oh, that's a very good answer, but that's not the joke. Why did the vegan cross the road? To tell someone they're vegan.
Ha, 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 ha.
Terrible. Just dumb. I mean, it's just a take off the first joke. Like, oh, we have to like scream into the rooftops that we're vegan. We don't say it at all. I don't want to talk about it with non-vegans anymore.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it.
Yeah. Okay, here's a really bad one. Why did the vegan with a hummus stain on his shirt get called a pervert? There's a lot to unpack there. Let me say it again.
Of Brad for some reason. Because he probably has hummus stains. Not that you're a pervert, Brad, but you have hummus stains on your shirt.
Why did the vegan with a hummus stain on his shirt get called a pervert? Because he had a chickpea all over him. I'm sorry. I think that's funny.
It's pretty, yeah.
No, you don't like it, Vanessa? You're giving me a look of absolute disgust.
Well, she doesn't like gross things.
No, I don't.
I thought it was funny.
Whatever.
It was a good play on words.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Really good.
Chickpea. You know, pea like peen.
Okay, why are vegan girls so silent during sex?
Who say that?
It's a joke.
It's a joke. You think I'm genuinely asking that question?
Who said that? I'm not silent.
Who say that?
Oh, wait. Just to be clear, this is a joke. This is not a question I'm asking. Why are vegan girls so silent during sex? They can't admit that meat makes them happy.
Ha, 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 ha.
I don't know. I think it's kind of funny.
I want to hear jokes that actually people say about us.
Okay, well, here's one. This one is the one that I was saying I like. I think it's really funny, but it's pretty mean. A vegan and a vegetarian jump off a cliff to see who will land first. Who wins?
A vegan?
Society. That's funny, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's mean, but I think it's funny.
I'd prefer to meat eaters jumping.
Well, yeah, but that's not the joke. It's not as funny.
Oh, God.
But you did laugh. You did think
We could say like that. If two meat eaters jump, well, yeah, it would be who would you win is the animals.
So,
Yeah.
my mouth always waters when I'm cooking tasty steaks and sausages on my barbecue. I guess this is what vegans experience when they mow their lawn.
What?
That was funny.
Mow their lawn. You know, when they cut the
When
grass.
they cut their grass, like outside, like the
So
landscapers.
ridiculous.
like
that is very stupid.
John liked
I
it.
think it's funny.
Yeah, super cool.
Okay.
We don't do that. We have people that do for us.
What do you eat, grass?
You know?
Okay, so next one I think is really funny. I like making jokes about vegans, but never about tofu. That's just tasteless.
So dumb. So dumb. Why does tofu have a bad name? We should do a whole podcast
About tofu
that.
because we love tofu.
I think that a lot of people who have tried tofu have had it after it's been cooked badly. It has to be cooked right. And
Yeah, but so does chicken. So does steak.
that's true. But I think it's a lot easier to cook chicken and steak than tofu
Is
if you don't know how to cook tofu.
If you don't know how to cook chicken, is it going to come out tasty?
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't know. It's strange.
Another popular one that I've heard a lot. Vegan is an old Indian term for bad hunter.
You've really heard this joke a lot.
Yeah.
These jokes are terrible. And no one says them in real life.
Well, that one I've heard.
Really? I've only heard the first
People
one.
don't tell any jokes for me.
Well,
They can't lose my beautiful friendly shape, so they don't want to try.
Or, if it's a guy, you're going to kick him in the nuts.
Oh, probably.
Yeah. Here's another one. Being vegan is a huge missed steak.
Ha 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 ha.
I got a couple here.
Go for it.
Why did the tofu cross the road?
He wanted to prove he wasn't chicken.
Yeah. Joey wins.
Yay!
Wait, that was probably a joke you already had.
Okay, I'll be honest. Yes, that was one of
Bullshit. You're probably looking at the same website I am.
I looked at many websites.
Okay, let's just move on.
Let's see this one.
Can vegans eat animal crackers? That's the joke. That's it. There's no answer. That's the joke.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
I thought about it. I'm like, yes, no. Did you hear about the vegan devil worshiper?
No.
I know that
Joey
one.
did.
We definitely did go to this same website.
He sold his soul for a Satan burger.
Oh, no. That's... Well, the one I heard is different.
I think Vanessa really likes that one.
No, the one...
Oh, God.
No, what I heard was a little bit different. What do devil-worshipping vegans say? Hail Satan.
We need to go to like a vegan stand-up guy. Vanessa will love it.
It's cool. Next, guys.
Is it possible to be vegan and quiet? Just asking.
No. You know what? Because animals has no voice, but we do.
So that's all I have as far as anti-vegan jokes. Do you have any others, John?
I'm looking for good ones. They're all shit.
You're not going to find good ones.
Okay, let's move on for the good ones.
How about this one? I went vegan for love. Now I hate everybody.
That's good.
That's me. That is the best so far. That's the best so far. Yeah. That happens a lot.
Oh, you might like this. My dog is vegan, but he's kind of a hypocrite. He has a fur coat he always wears.
That's so bad. Vanessa, really? You think that's funny?
No, it's ridiculous.
It's so bad. No, I get it. It's so bad. It's funny.
Oh, God.
Joey's got like this one.
Oh, God.
Your nut milk is delicious. That's what she said.
That's just a really bad way to tell the joke. I think
Yeah.
there's a better way to tell
Probably
the joke.
John doesn't.
My other ones
know
were
how
good
to say.
delivery.
Yeah, it was
Made
good.
you laugh.
Okay, next one's Joey.
Well, there's one I have here that's similar to the one that John just said. Why is almond milk called milk? Because nobody wants to call it nut juice.
We should create a milk called nut juice. I think that would sell.
Isn't there actually one called Nut Pods?
I like that too.
Nut Pods is an actual product, I believe.
I like nut juice better though.
Nut juice.
And you can have different nuts as juices. Cashew, almond.
Oh, okay.
Coconut.
When you were saying
Nut
different
juice.
kinds of nut juice, I thought you meant like
Coconut is not nut. John.
Whatever. Nut
coconut.
nut juice
kinda?
would be the brand. See if it's out there, Vanessa.
I
You're a
don't have
brand
myself.
ambassador. Are you guys waiting on me? I'm trying to find a
No,
good one.
no.
Yeah, keep
Okay,
going.
I'll move on.
Okay.
What do you call it when one chickpea murders another? Homicide.
I have a homicide for dinner.
Why are vegan jokes always so good?
They're not.
Well, that's true, but the joke is they're never cheesy. Why are most ghosts vegan? Because they're supernatural.
Vanessa likes everyone.
It's so ridiculous that I laugh because they are ridiculous.
What does a vegan zombie eat?
Vegan zombie?
Yeah, what is it?
I don't think there is a vegan zombie.
What does a vegan zombie eat?
Oh, grains.
You guys are so ridiculous.
Okay, here's a good one. What's the difference between a vegan and a computer programmer?
I just read that one. It's terrible.
One is disgusted by a rack of lamb. The other is disgusted by a lack of ram.
Jesus, so bad.
That's like a really nerdy one.
Yeah, pretty much.
I've come to the realization that tofu is overrated. It's just occurred to me.
What?
Curd.
Curd, because tofu is soybean curd. Yeah, that's it's lost in translation.
Sorry, guys. Did not get this one.
Okay, here's one that I think is really funny, but you kind of have to think about it. If you can't afford to travel, go vegan. You'll get stranded on 25 different desert islands.
Oh, yeah, because everybody put you in a desert island.
Well, what do you do if you're on a desert island?
I haven't heard that much. Do
Never
people say
hear that?
No.
You never heard like, well, what'd you do if you're on a desert island? And
Oh, yeah, I guess. I
What
would
you're
eat,
going
I would
to
eat you. I
eat,
usually say
yeah.
I'll eat you.
okay.
That shit pisses me off when they say stuff like that.
That shit pisses me off.
Would you eat? What would you eat then if you couldn't?
Yeah,
There was nothing there. You're on a desert island.
I want your face to be on video for that one because the facial expression you're making right now is hilarious.
I don't know if
It's just so dumb. Like, I'm not gonna die, you idiot. Yeah, I'll eat whatever's there if it's death.
Well, I think that even meat eaters need to recognize that self-defense is self-defense. If someone's coming out after you with a knife, you're going to want to defend yourself. Whether it's a human or an animal, you're going to defend yourself. Not that a bear is going to come after you with a knife, but you know what I mean. But I think that, sort of like with a mosquito, if mosquito's sucking your blood, you're going to kill it. If
Vanessa probably won't.
No, she actually said that she would. I put her on the spot with that question, and she did say that. But I can tell you that as much as I love dogs, if I see a dog attacking my sweet, adorable Khaleesi, I'm going to kill that dog. No one's going to go after my Khaleesi.
Would you kill a dog if they
Actually, I
were
take that back. I
attacking
don't-
Mimi and Bob?
Are you asking a question? You don't know the answer?
You'd kill the dog?
Of course. Of course. It's my babies. Bob and Mimi, I have to protect them. I have the responsibility to protect them. So when I saw the pitbull attacking the cute iguana, I threw my Havaianas on the...
Havaianas.
The flip-flops.
Oh, chancleta.
For the pitbull stop. Because he had like the biggest iguana. I have 3 big ones down this park. Like a huge ones.
Yeah.
He had her in his mouth and was shaking for both sides. Both sides.
Why are you sticking your... Oh, for John?
He's making jokes about my R. Say bone, John. Say bone.
You're like a
Say bone.
You're like a
You
tiger.
cannot say bone. You cannot say João.
You're like a panther. That's why you like the Florida Panthers.
It's not like that.
Oh, they're like,
Florida.
What is happening?
Trying to do
He's
cat
making
sounds.
jokes about my R. That's what's happening. And
Okay.
that's why I'm giving the finger to him.
Okay.
You know.
So I know that you have trouble with certain words, but I don't hear the R.
Oh, he can hear the R all the time.
Say rerun.
What?
Rerun.
Rerun.
Yeah, that's fine.
From What's Happening. Remember that show?
Yeah. What's happening?
And What's Happening Now?
What's happening was awesome. I remember as a kid liking watching Rerun Dance.
Yeah, that was a funny ass show.
It was a funny ass show. Did you ever see the episode of All in the Family where Edith is nearly raped?
No.
Yeah. I mean, a very special episode of All in the Family. The 80s had some up episodes.
Different Strokes had them like every week.
Oh my God. Different Strokes had the molester bicycle salesman guy. Then Different Strokes had Sam get kidnapped. Like there were all these.
Which one was Sam, the friend?
No, in the later episodes, Mr. Drummond married a woman and she had a son named Sam.
Oh, the little kid. Oh, yeah. That was crazy when he got kidnapped.
Yes.
Wasn't he gone for like a couple episodes?
I think
it was like a continue. It was like
it
a
was a
part two.
two-parter, yeah.
I love Different Strokes. Like, who didn't?
I think everyone did.
Those shows were, Different Strokes And then Family Ties, like it was amazing.
Yeah.
I think they were right after each other, weren't
People
they?
younger than you guys don't give a shit
There
for
ain't many
that.
vegans younger than us. Yeah,
There is a lot.
Yeah, they do. They're watching this stuff now. People love the 80s.
You know what I've learned? Gen Z is kind of fascinated by our pop culture.
Because it's better.
I don't know if it's better.
80s and 90s pop culture was unbelievable.
But-
all the John Hughes movies, you know?
Yeah.
Well, those were 90s though? Late 80s?
The John Hughes movies
Yeah,
were
mid to late. They were
teen-
mid.
I would say that the teenager ones, like Breakfast Club, Pretty in Pink, 16
80s,
Candles, that was the 80s. The 90s were more like Home Alone.
Yeah, so it was 80s.
Yeah.
80s were the best.
I love the 80s. It was a
Even
simpler
the
time.
music I loved the music then.
I love too. I born in 80s.
I mean, the 80s in Brazil, though, were like the 50s in the US.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like Joey's shirt, Atari, you guys got that in, 2010.
Atari in 2010.
I got Atari. I was probably 12, so
The Atari 2600?
I don't know which one was it. But
It
was
wasn't the
Atari.
Space
52.
Invaders.
Did you ever play the 52?
I did. My cousin had it, so I played his Atari 5200. But yeah, nothing beats the 2600.
What was after Atari?
After Atari was Intellivision. Do you
Okay,
remember
yeah.
Intellivision?
It was like Intellivision and Coleco,
And
like at the same
Coleco.
time, right?
Yeah.
Ish.
Well, I would say it was Atari 2600, Intellivision, ColecoVision.
So did they make the 5200 to try to compete with the Coleco and the Intellivision, you think?
Yes. I remember when the 5200 came out, they had Donkey Kong and it was terrible compared to ColecoVision's Donkey Kong.
Yeah. Coleco's Donkey Kong was great. Coleco was cool. I liked it. The remote, I don't know if I liked it. It was so different and weird that I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was like a disc joystick thing.
Yeah.
But the
With like a
Intellivision was
keypad.
really weird. Do you remember the Intellivision? It was
It was
like
very small, right?
well, it was just it wasn't because there was no joystick. It was a weird disc thing.
Yeah.
This is a really cool conversation. So let's move on to the next show.
Everyone in their 50s and 60s loved this conversation, probably. Even their
I don't know.
mid 40s. Well, hold on. Let's finish this conversation off, though. After Coleco and Intellivision, what was it? Nintendo?
I think so. Because I think that there was a period where there was some stagnation in the video game market, and then Nintendo came out and blew up everything.
When was Neo Geo?
Neo Geo is, I think, a little after,
Like
the
Super Nintendo time?
Yeah, like TurboGrafx 16. There was a period
Yeah,
where,
what was TurboGrafx 16?
well, shortly after Nintendo, which was still 8-bit games, then came the proliferation of 16-bit games. And that's when we had TurboGrafx 16, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. That's when everything moved to 16-bit. But once Sony PlayStation came out, forget about it. That changed everything.
Well, I don't know. Atari changed everything. Then Nintendo changed everything again. Then Sega did a lot too. I don't know
Which
what changed
Sega?
everything. Genesis was big time.
Yeah, but I still think that Sony PlayStation changed that because there were wasn't Sega Genesis still cartridges, or was that the disc?
It was cartridges.
Right. Once Sony PlayStation moved to CD, that changed everything.
Well, it's
But
not
Sega was
because it
big.
became 3D.
Was it 3? Yeah, I think the PlayStation was
I think that's why it changed everything because it was a 3D.
Sega.
I don't remember. I don't think any other video game before the PlayStation was 3D, was it? The 64?
Neo Geo?
The N64
The
might have been.
Nintendo 64?
Maybe.
What was N64 after Super Nintendo?
Yeah,
I had
it
no
was after.
Nintendos after Super
Because
or after Nintendo.
Because you're old already.
No, I got Sega.
What about the Wii? I had the Wii.
We
When
too,
I
we
was
have.
playing Sega in high school.
Okay.
Like my senior year in high school, I was still playing Sega.
Yeah.
It was 1993. I think Super Nintendo would probably come out by then, maybe, but like it was more like the thing about Sega is it had a lot of the sports games,
Yeah.
and people, some people love that stuff. And
I like the sports games, but I still think that not until the PlayStation, when it became 3D, that was when Madden came out, right?
Madden was
That was before
Was
Sega?
Sega.
Sony PlayStation?
No, Madden was Sega. It was awesome on Sega. Yeah.
I did not know
They
that.
also had NHL 94. They had all the NHLs. It was great. The NBAs they had.
Yeah.
It was...
Yeah, because I remember back when it was Nintendo, there was still difficulty getting the rights. I remember they had Tecmo Bowl, but there was also like the official NFL game. But Tecmo Bowl was different because that one was signed with the NFL Players Association. So you could use the actual names. Like I remember my favorite team at the time was the Chicago Bears, believe it or not, because they had Walter Payton, they had Mike Singletary. Like I liked Walter Payton to this day is probably my favorite football player of all time. In fact, his number 34 is, I use the number 34 to this day. Like that's...
You liked the Bears that much back then?
For that 1 year when they won, the Super Bowl
85?
shuffle and all that. Yeah, I was a big Chicago Bears fan.
Do you know about the Super Bowl shuffle?
Oh, yeah.
Vanessa? It's kind of a brief time in history that was quite unique, I think, for sports.
At the time, it was a big deal.
They were all like celebrities, too.
Oh, this in America, no? Because I think our European listeners doesn't care about the American football.
No, maybe in
They
England.
don't care, guys.
No, very few of them do.
They don't care.
They just like soccer. Football, as they call it.
Football.
Because it is football.
Football.
You know what I thought about when I was talking to you on the phone earlier?
What?
I was talking about how I don't want to talk to you on the phone anymore because I should just, and actually not really talk to you at all anymore because then we're wasting conversation that we could have on the mic.
Oh, that makes sense. That's actually funny. So, like, anytime we talk on the phone, it's like, dude, we need to save this for the podcast.
I was thinking stuff in my head I wanted to tell you. That's maybe why the call was a little disjointed. Did you think it was a little weird?
Well, it was because we're both driving, and I'm dealing with traffic, rush hour traffic. And it's like, okay, this car's coming in front of me and I don't want to crash. I need to pay attention. But then I'm thinking, hey, John, we're going to do an episode about vegan jokes.
And I was going to tell us the story about my hockey friends I was just with and them kind of making fun of me. And I'm like, oh, no, don't say that in my head because I want to save it.
See, Vanessa?
And then my head went to, God, I shouldn't talk to Joey that much on the phone because I'm wasting precious material that we can use.
Very precious. Very precious.
This is funny, Vanessa, because unlike John and me, you're a very calm, cool, collected person. You don't have social anxiety. You don't have social awkwardness. But with John and me, this is stuff. We're overthinkers. So you have no clue what we're talking about, I think.
I don't. Today happened again because we were talking here about gas, pollution, plastic, and
that's true. That's what you and I were talking about. That would have been great for the podcast.
A while. Yeah, we should have like a bonus
wasting
episode.
Precious material.
So, okay, as much as, I love you both as my friends, we're just not going to talk anymore.
Stop talking.
Yesterday we should not even go out together. So we just have like a mic on us.
Okay, I will say that's a little bit different because I think we came up with some good ideas about the podcast and you had some great ideas as far as marketing and all that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it should only be research. We shouldn't laugh at all. We shouldn't tell stories.
Right.
It should only be research. We should
Strictly business.
We should have notebooks. And that's it.
No more movie recommendations because we do that during the podcast too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think we have a lot for this episode. No, guys?
Yeah, maybe Joey will turn it into 5 parts.
Do you have any other jokes, Joey?
I think I went through all 24.
Okay. That's great.
Yeah. Let me see. Okay, I want to say this one again because I think it's funny, but Vanessa hated it.
Okay. Go ahead.
Why did the vegan with a hummus stain on his shirt get called a pervert? He had a chickpea all over him. That's funny.
Jeez, that's amazing joke. Someone come
I think it's funny.
You didn't laugh.
Well, because I read the joke before I even got here.
I laugh off the jokes I can tell.
Do you know what a golden shower is, Vanessa?
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
Joy told me what was it.
How
I
would
didn't know before.
Like 1 or 2 years ago, you guys got into this conversation.
we had a conversation about golden
I
showers?
think it was a vegan group.
No.
Yeah.
But that
It was the same. I think, yeah, you were saying about also a Brazilian porn movie.
Oh my God, I
I watched
forgot.
it. Did I?
That porn movie you were talking about.
Brazilian porn?
Yes, it wasn't really porn. It was gross. Remember that gross thing you said you used to watch? You and Arnie used to make each other watch it.
What?
And whoever would win or whoever could
I have
lose.
no
like,
idea what you're talking about. Two girls, one cup?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
that's
it was
not.
Brazilian and
I don't know. You told many stories that they enjoyed. Maybe Virginia was there that day.
I'm remembering. I think it was when we went to the vegan Cuban cuisine. Does that sound familiar? I think it was there.
I blocked it out, really.
Yeah. I think it was it.
I remember this was the same day that David was singing the praises of Billie Eilish.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, now remember. Yeah, I did do that. I have no kind of filter. You would think that I would, at 50, I'm going to be 52 next week. You would think that I would have some semblance.
Are you not going to celebrate again your birthday tomorrow in the Larry's house?
No, I have a date night tomorrow. I can't go.
Okay. But date night can be next Saturday?
Next Saturday is my birthday. That's a different date night. Different kind of date night, I should say.
Okay.
Friday's my birthday.
Can you send a date night for 2 weeks? What? So you can celebrate your birthday with your vegan friends because John is going to celebrate his birthday there.
We're going?
Yeah.
Cool.
Your birthday's in March?
April.
Oh, okay. When in April? Well, I should know this because I was at your birthday party last year with that amazing cake.
I expect you to remember the exact day.
April. Wait, don't tell me. April.
Jesus, you are not going to remember
9th.
this. No.
Okay, what?
23rd.
April 23rd.
Yep. Well, everybody, we appreciate you guys listening in.
Yes.
And,
Our next episode will be about.
Oh, jeez.
Another bodily functions episode.
Nope.
But we really do appreciate you all listening in. Please follow us. You can follow us on YouTube, on TikTok.
At Vegans Talking Shit.
At Vegans Talking Shit.
Wait, is TikTok at Vegans Talking? No. TikTok is at vegans.talking.sh. Or does Vegans Talking Shit work? I don't know. I don't know TikTok that well.
We'll have to put like SH is going to come up.
Just Google Vegans Talking Shit.
You're going to find
Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and comment, guys. We want to talk to you and
you really should follow us on TikTok because we post a lot of really, really stupid stuff, but I think it's funny. Like if you want to see a video of my dog snoring really loudly, my beautiful dog Khaleesi, you will see that. If you want to see a video of John eating,
eating too,
and me eating, you can definitely see a lot of different videos of us on TikTok.
If you're not on TikTok though, Instagram is great. Because I'm not on TikTok.
Yeah, I post
channel.
on Instagram, but we don't have many followers.
Yeah, so be our follower, please.
Oh, and YouTube, because a lot of times if we do a Zoom episode, you can actually watch us on video.
Oh my God.
Click in the subscribe.
You can see Joey.
Click the subscribe on the YouTube like right now, please.
You should subscribe to our YouTube despite the fact that you'll be able to see me at times.
And you can also send some hearts to us on the comments.
Oh, on TikTok.
Hearts. Like
like the Heart Foundation, WWF.
No.
Do you know who the Heart Foundation is?
Of course, Jimmy Hart. And then Jimmy
Hart was a coach.
Guys. Coach? That's funny.
He was like the older brother.
He was the manager.
Whatever.
You're talking about
the Heart Foundation was the tag team.
Jimmy Hart was the mouth of the South, the dude with the megaphone. Then there
remember were they brothers, the two?
They were actually brothers-in-law. Jim the Anvil Neidhart and Bret the Hitman Hart.
Yep. Bret the Hitman Hart was the more famous one.
Yeah, he eventually won the WWF Heavyweight Championship, and then there was the whole Montreal screw job. I don't know if you know that whole story. It's depicted very well in the documentary Wrestling with Shadow. So the best wrestling documentary ever, Beyond the Mat. Great movie.
I like the British Bulldogs. Those were my favorite.
They were cool.
Oh, yeah. They were the coolest.
Actually, Davey Boy Smith is also a brother-in-law of Bret Hart.
Weren't they British? The British Bulldogs?
Yeah.
Oh. And his name is Davey Boy Smith?
Davey Boy Smith was married to Bret Hart's sister, I believe.
Huh.
Yeah.
Great.
But do you remember Dynamite Kid?
No.
He was one of the British Bulldogs.
Oh, I don't remember their names. I just remember British Bulldogs.
Well, Dynamite Kid, that gets depressing. But there's this TV show on Vice called Dark Side of the Ring. Great show, but man, those stories are depressing. Like, if you're a professional wrestler, it's very hard to live a very good life. It's a very rough life.
Mickey Rourke
Yeah,
played that role very well.
it's very.
Was that based off of anyone or no? At all?
No, not
You
really.
don't think so?
No. There's a movie that is out now, maybe in limited release, but I think it's going to go wide, called Queen of the Ring. It's about Mildred Burke, who was a female wrestler. And in the 30s, she was probably one of the biggest stars in the world. I mean, female wrestling kind of fell off and then became just sort of a,
Sideshow.
Yeah, it was like an exploitation thing, but now it's a lot more respected. Like, some of the most famous wrestlers in the world are women, like Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch. Oh my God, Mercedes Moné.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you've seen her because you've seen The Mandalorian.
I've seen The Mandalorian.
You have. Yeah, she. Do you remember who Bo-Katan is?
Yes.
Which one's Bo-Katan?
Bo-Katan is the woman who. She was also in the Clone Wars animated show, but I doubt you saw that. But Katie Sackhoff, do you know who Katie Sackhoff is?
I know her name.
Battlestar Galactica.
Vanessa's about to fall asleep.
She really is. Okay, so for Vegans Talking Shit, I'm Joey.
I'm John.
And Vanessa.
You're also Juan.
I'm Juan.
Juan. Okay, well.
Bob is here too, so he's asking me to say, I'm Bob.
Oh, all right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.